Hello, welcome back to my channel. Antoinette here. I'm going to try and keep this one really short and sweet. I'm doing the chakra energy healing spreads from the Love of Spreads Oracle deck by Amethyst Ascension, and this was the tag that she started, or the series that she started, and I've been following along, and obviously I have the deck, so I'm doing these. So today is the throat energy chakra that I'm looking at. And we are looking at these questions. So 1, how balanced is my throat chakra? Question 2, my ability to express my truth. Question 3, how well do I communicate? Question 4, how do you know your purpose in life? And number 5, how can I bring more balance here? So those are the questions, and I have 2 more spreads to go till I've completed this one. So I'm just going to leave this one here. I have pre-shuffled and thrown out my cards just to save time, and I am using the Alleyman Tarot deck here, which is why I think it's different colours. I love this. This is my thing. Just so many pretty backs to look at. Okay, so card 1. How balanced is my throat chakra? That one. Yep, so we have the King of Pentacles. Let me just bring that up for you to have a little look at. Please don't ask me what deck this is from, because I don't have that book to hand, so I can't tell you. So King of Pentacles. So how balanced is my throat chakra? Well, to be a king, that's usually mastery, isn't it? So, and that is like material matter. So I would also put that to health. So I'm going to say pretty well balanced at this point in time. Not a bad start. Okay. My ability to express my truth. Oh, can't do it up. So we have the Fool card. So my ability to express my truth with the Fool card. I think so, yeah. I mean, I can definitely summon the ability to speak up when needed. Although sometimes I suppose like the Fool bumbling off the edge of a cliff, I'm not always as eloquent as I wish to be. And although my throat chakra seems in balance, I have noticed that I have been mumbling more these days, stumbling and using filler words. So my ability to express my truth. So it's there, but it does feel sometimes like I'm junior again in my ability to express what's going on, to vocalize things in a not overly verbose manner, in a concise manner, because I usually prefer to be concise in my speech. Anyone who knows me, are you surprised? Yes, I do prefer to be concise. I do like to joke. I do have dry humor, but I don't have to, read a 10-page story to get the answer to something if it can be done in 3 sentences. That's me. How well do I communicate? Card 3. So how well do I communicate? We have the Ace of Cups here from this deck. These are lovely backs as well. So how well do I communicate? For an Ace of Cups, so it's like flowing, isn't it? It's like evaporating. Yeah, so I'm going to say, just like with the King of Pentacles, I'm thinking that I do communicate pretty well, fairly well most of the time. I maybe still have an element of emotion that I can't always quite hold or hide in my speech. When you're talking about something that's really dear to your heart and your voice, you shake, your voice shakes. That I cannot escape, and that gives away then the underlying fear, perhaps, of my emotion in my tally-ho approach to, fake it till you make it. That probably gives away the fact that I'm sometimes faking my confidence. But I also guess that this could, being a female of a certain age, this could also maybe belie my hormonal changes perhaps as well in there. So it could be that there's some hormonal changes that are affecting my ability to communicate well. And perhaps that's part of this new journey in how I'm striving forwards. Just looking at how the cards maybe, interplay with each other in this spread. Okay, number 4. How do you know your purpose in life? How do I know my purpose in life? Okay. Page of Cups from this lovely tarot deck. And these backs are great. 6 of Pentacles. Who have we got here? Taurus in the moon. Okay. So 6 of Pentacles with Page of Cups. How do you know your purpose in life? Just think about this for a second. I mean, Page of Cups, so we're young and we're learning, and it's interesting we have Cups again after Cups, isn't it? So figuring things out. Life has lessons on both sides, doesn't it? So we have ups and downs. So we're figuring out the rough with the smooth. Lessons, experiences. And kind of with this card, it's got that with Pentacle in the background, almost like an energy center feeling, isn't it? And we've got the trees coming out as well, with the roots coming down. So we've got like an above and below, but it's more above than it is below. So they're not quite balanced. So we're not quite balancing it properly, the energy center that's in the middle. So how do I know my life purpose? I don't think I do. I think is what this is saying. I think this is saying that we're still figuring this out. And it's still being revealed to me through how I'm, learning things, what I'm learning, what I'm experiencing. Eventually they will all mold together and I will know my life purpose. But right now I'm still young on my journey as I'm moving through. So I don't think I have a life purpose yet. Or maybe, because we have the Pentacles. We're learning how to move into the life purpose. Life purpose is still revealing itself to me and we're learning how to move into it. That would make sense. We're slowly getting there. But I'm not everything. We don't have to know everything, do we, all at once? So I'm still learning. But I've always said that about myself. Life is like a colouring book. I decide and colour it in as I go. It's not been pre-mapped out for me. It's not like I join the dots. Or a sketchbook. Colouring book's probably the wrong word altogether. It's a sketchbook. So my life is a sketchbook ready to be filled in, completed. How can I bring more balance here? Or here? Oh, can't get them up. Hang on. So if you want to see the backs. Queen of Wands. That's a lot of court cards. Okay, Queen of Wands. How can I bring more balance here with our Queen of Wands? So she's a little bit feisty, a little bit more spiritual. She's kind of instinctual, isn't she? Let's just bring her back up so you can see her, because she's a very pretty Queen of Wands. Marjorie's got a squeaker, sorry. I think maybe listening to my instincts will serve me well. I love the fact she's got like all the cat's eyes there glowing as well. So we've got three lots of cat's eyes staring at us here. So they're very instinctual, aren't they? Cats definitely work on their instincts. I always feel that like the fire suits, especially Sagittarius, really don't care what other people think. Like really don't care. They're just like out for life, laughs, and experiencing in the best possible way to them. They're not looking for any problems. So how I feel like, that kind of you do you and screw the rest type attitude when I think of the Queen of Wands, the embodiment of a a Sagittarian type air sign, because that's the other half to the Gemini, so it's the opposing side to Gemini on the wheel. And I do get on very well with these. I've had a lot of these in my lifetime as friends and best friends, but transient friends. So yeah, I do feel very much like they have that. They take me on their kind of ride for a little bit, but they do it their way. And even when we collide on the way we're going to do something, they still do it anyway. And I have a semi-admiration for that. But in the same breath, I also sometimes think, oh my goodness, what on earth are you up to? So I feel like maybe that's it. So bringing more balance here. So it's learning to do me. Yeah. Learning to do more me and less expectation of others. So not worrying about whether I'm eloquent enough, whether my words are flowing enough, whether I'm using the right language for everybody who are wanting me to conform to this weird, like oldie worldy English, even though I don't use current day slang and language. I also don't use my peers who are around me who did A-level English. I don't use their language either. I don't use old law, solicitor, lawyer type language. That drives me bonkers, because the way the language that they use is now used today has a very different meaning. So, yeah. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone else. I will have a look. So I'm going to put you on pause a second, and I'm going to drop this into my journal, and then I'm just going to show you my journal. Okay, so I'm on my Note Shelf app, free from the Google Play Store, on my Samsung tablet, using the expanded journal from Amethyst Ascension from her Ko-fi shop. And here is my spread. So picture at the background, put my cards in, here's a picture of the spread here, and then I have put my words in onto the shadow aspect of this spread. So there we go. So I'm going to do the second spread now, because I'm a bit behind. I've got 2 to do, so bear with me. Okay, so we're going to do this one with the Tarot of the Spirit by Pamela Eakins and Joyce Eakins, because this one's quite deep deck. So I think it might be good for this one. These are the backs, and here's some of the artwork to look at. So the questions we are going to be perusing today, or part 2, third eye energy. How balanced is your third eye chakra? How strong is your intuition? Your perception of subtle energies? What is your state of awareness? And how can you bring more balance here? Okay, so we're just going to see what comes out of that. And then that's the last one that I've got in this series to do. And then I think there's an overall chakra spread that I could circle back and do to go with this. So we need 6 cards here, don't we? So let's go. So how balanced is my third eye chakra? I'm going to put you on hold while I just shuffle and put the cards down, and then we'll flip them together. Okay, so 2 cards wanted to come out for this question, which is why I've got 2 laid up here. But otherwise it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for those who like to see the underside of the deck, I actually have the Mother of Fire again. So I believe that will be the Queen of Wands. That's interesting. She's kind of been around on 2 spreads there in a row. So let's take a look at the first one. So how balanced is my third eye chakra? So we have the Magician. And he's pointing above and below. So as above, so below. That does give you the feeling of balance, doesn't it? He has a lemniscat above his head. Although in the image it's not fully balanced, so it's bigger one side to the other, so perhaps suggesting the flow is not quite as balanced as it could be. And with the tools on the table, maybe that's suggesting the need to focus, allow my intuition more time to focus and speak, because I definitely haven't been giving much time to that silence, allowing the brain to quiet and to sit in the power. So I haven't been doing that mediumistic kind of focus that we're supposed to do. How strong is my intuition? 9 of Earth. Oh, that's, 1 off of 10. So that's pretty, I say pretty strong, especially when you're looking at this coming off. Now, this is actually how some people, not the colour in behind, but the gold spiky. I've had many people tell me that's what my aura looks like. And it's starting to flash back to that colour again lately. So I'm feeling like that's a good sign. My intuition is pretty strong, although I'm probably just not listening to it, to be quite honest. Unsure when, because it's always been there, so unsure when it's my actual intuition telling me and guiding me, and when I'm railroading it and making my own choices and decisions. And I know Rochelle's going to definitely probably understand what I'm saying here with my told you so. I already knew I didn't need the cards anyway kind of attitude. But it sort of feels like that there with those two right now answering these questions. My perception of subtle energies. What is my perception of subtle energies? What have we got? So we've got the King of Cups, Father of Water. For a subtle energy, I'd say that is pretty much, isn't it, kind of riding the waves with the horses, or galloping along on the white breaking waves of the sea. From a subtle energy point of view, subtle energies kind of bring that feeling of fae-like, ethereal, otherworldly energies. That's sort of what it feels like to me. When I think about them, that's what it brings into my mind. But equally here, there's like a kind of, it's like the Castle of Grayskull. Was that the doorway to the Castle of Grayskull, or Skeletor's head? And there's like a fist there as well, hiding beneath the waves, breaking. Do they know about it, or is that what they're looking at? Like, are they already aware of that energy that's sitting below, so they are aware of what they are riding and what they're sitting on, what they're holding back? So my perception of the subtle energies, so I am aware maybe that I'm not quite doing what I need to do in order to fully understand and listen to my power. So maybe I am aware of my subtle energies, but I'm also aware that it's me that's in charge of creating what I need to do to allow it to strengthen and grow. What is my state of awareness? Here we have the Empress. So it's there, isn't it? She's on her throne. She's got her bird. She's got her hands are balanced. Her feet are on the ground. She's on top of her crescent moon as well. So this has kind of got that feeling of High Priestess as well there, this bit. And it almost feels like pillars sat behind her. So she's moved on from one and into another. But we've got lilies adorning her head as a crown. And I always feel like they're supposed to be a kind of intuitive, spiritual nature to them. I'm in the bird up there as well. And a feminine balance to boot. So yeah, I think my state of awareness is my ability to create it, which takes me right back to there. Co-creating it. I do have things around me influencing me, telling me, guiding me, and it's whether I choose to listen and create with them, because that's kind of like what I'm feeling now with the blackness around, it's like the veil, if you want, we'll call that the veil. Perhaps that's the subtle energy veil of the slip of the world for this card. That's what I'm feeling. So yeah, my state of awareness, it is there. It's whether I choose to turn it on or off, as per the Magician. Okay, how can I bring more balance to my awareness of the energies and my state of awareness? How can I bring more balance into my intuition, energies of awareness, state of awareness? That way around, isn't it? 5 of air and 3 of air. So we've got fear and recognition. And it's like we've got somebody hiding in the darkness. In fact, there's like kind of one there, there's one there, something there, and then there's like this big whole face going on here. 3 kind of torches coming out. These ones are all broken, or they're all stuck in some kind of matter. Oh, there's another face coming out there at me as well now. Oh, we've got something here. Okay, so there's lots of faces hiding in that card for me. Let me know if you get to see any. I'm not really seeing any over here, so I'm actually feeling safer in the 3 of wind than I am in the 5 of wind. So how can I bring more balance here? Fear of the unknown, isn't it? That's what's causing me to have the imbalance, probably, and not moving forwards with anything, or not looking to progress or enhance or improve. But there's definitely a fear, and the only way to overcome fear is to forge ahead regardless and do the thing, is what I'm feeling like. But I've recognised what it is. I've already recognised what I'm not doing, and I probably underneath all of that understand why I'm not doing it. So now I've got to have the conversation with myself about manning up, putting on big girl's pants and getting out there and either doing it if that's what I want to do, or if I don't want to do it, big girl's pants about not what I want to do. So it's understanding the recognition between what I do and don't want to do, I suppose. And you don't just have to do something because it scares you all the time. You know, you can make the grown-up adult choice to say no, and that's perfectly okay. It's perfectly acceptable to do, especially when you're talking about these types of realms of influence, I suppose. So that's those. Okay. What do you think? Any thoughts or agreements? And did you do the spread alongside with me? I know I didn't say that at the start of the video. I'm just such a good YouTuber, vlogger. But if you did do this video alongside us and you've got your deck to hand and you're happy to share in comments, and please, by all means, drop in what deck you've used, what cards you got, and what you're thinking about your cards and how you think they've answered your questions. That would be really, really nice to know. I'm not going to make you wait and show you my page. You'll see it when I do my July flip through. So keep an eye out for my July flip through. But just so you know, that's my page there, and I will put my cards and my writing across the owl, and then you'll get to see it just like I normally do, like I did with the other one, basically. But I just don't want to hold you up anymore. Okay, until the next one, take care. Bye-bye.